One of my newfound favorite foods is Indian curry. So delicious, lots of spices, but what if we turn that into a sausage? Let's do this. Alright students, welcome to math class. I'm going to be using this Indian curry sausage seasoning from PS Seasoning. Now this weighs 2.2 pounds, but it also makes 25 pounds of sausage. I only have 16 pounds of meat, so I have to figure out exactly how much of the seasoning I'm going to be needing for those 16 pounds. Alright, so the first thing that I have to do is I have to convert the pounds to grams. So I have 2.2 pounds, so I'm going to take 2.2 pounds times 454, and the reason for that is there's 454 grams in a pound, and that equals 998.8 grams. So now that I have the grams, I take 998.8 grams and divide that by 25 pounds because that bag makes 25 pounds of sausage, and that's going to equal 39.95 grams per pound of meat. So now all I have to do is take 39.95 grams times the 16 pounds of meat that I'm using, and that's going to give us 639.2 grams of seasoning. Alright, so I'm going to tear out my scale. 0 grams, and again we need 639.2 grams of seasoning. So I'm going to save this seasoning because this will make an additional 9 pounds of Indian curry sausage. Alright, so I'm starting with 16 pounds of boneless pork shoulder to make my Indian curry sausage. Now, traditionally, Indian curry is made with chicken or maybe even vegetables, not pork, because a lot of Indians do not eat pork. Some do, but most don't. So I'm just going to take this pork shoulder out of the package. Alright, so these pork shoulders are partially frozen, and that's what you want. You want to keep your meat as cold as possible. So all I'm going to do is cut this into small chunks, small enough to fit down the throat of my grinder. Alright, so I've got my 16 pounds of pork shoulder all cubed up, and I'm just loading up my hopper. Remember to always put a little bit of meat down the chute of your grinder. Never start your grinder dry. And the other thing to remember is do not over tighten this nut. In fact, all I do is snug it and leave it a little bit loose, just like that. So I'm using a 4.5 millimeter die, and I'm only grinding this meat once. Here we go. Alright, so the meat is all ground up. Now I'm just going to add the Indian curry sausage seasoning, again from PS Seasoning. Look at that. So this Indian curry sausage seasoning already has a binder. In fact, it says it right on the bag. They're using a potato starch as a binder. So pretty much all you have to do is add water to the seasoning and it's ready to go. Now the rule of thumb for water is 10% of the total weight. So I've got that in ice cold water. Just going to add that. And now it's time to work. Give this a really good mix. Oh man, the aroma is amazing. Now remember that this meat was partially frozen and it's still really cold. But once I'm done mixing this, I'm going to toss this in my fridge for about an hour and let it chill before I stuff the casings. Alright, so I've been mixing this meat pretty aggressively for 10 minutes. I'm running out of breath and I think it's ready to go. Let's check it. Oh yeah, that's exactly what you want. You want that meat to stick to your hands just like that. So I'm going to toss this meat in my fridge for about an hour and I'll bring you guys right back. Alright, so I just pulled the meat out of the fridge and it's ice cold. Now it's time to load up our sausage canister. So when you're loading your meat inside your canister, make sure you push down on that meat and get rid of all them air pockets. That way it doesn't transfer into your sausage. So one of the most frequent questions I get are, what casings do I use when I make sausage? I use nothing but PS seasoning, natural hog casings, 32 to 35 millimeter. And if you guys want to get these, check out the link below and get yourself a nice discount. So these are the casings right here. So all I did was I took them out of the package, rinsed them under cold water really well, and they have been soaking in water and a little bit of baking soda for about 2 hours. So the reason that I use baking soda is because it gets the casings really nice and slippery, and I believe it helps with the casing not being chewy as well. Don't quote me on that, but I gotta tell you, ever since I started using it, these casings are not chewy one bit. So I'm just gonna grab one of these casings and find the end like this. Once you have the end, open it up a little bit, stick 2 fingers in there, just like that. Pick up some of this water and run it through your casing. See this water right here? Just like this. Pretty simple stuff, right? And at that point, wet your horn with some of this water and slide the casing onto the horn. Now this is a very short casing right here, so I'm probably going to load 2, maybe 3 casings at once. Alright, so at this point I'm going to lower the piston in my sausage stuffer, and I want to get that sausage to the tip of this horn right here. Alright, just like that. Now I'm going to pull the casing forward and tie a knot. Real simple overhand knot. Just like that, nice and tight. Pull that casing back. Now I am using a foot pedal to operate my sausage stuffer. So here we go. Nice and tight. Look at that. Beautiful. Oh, look at that. We had a blowout, but that's okay. I'm going to keep going. So what I do when I get a blowout like this is I cut that casing right in the middle of the blowout, just like that. And I pinch the sausage out, leaving some of the casing, just like this, okay? Get this other side, pinch that sausage out, just like that. So this goes back into my stuffer. And all I do at this point is I tie a simple overhand knot on this casing right here. There you go, just like that. And all I do is continue at this point. Grab the other casing. Simple overhand knot. Nice and tight. And just like that, we're back in business. I'm going to get the rest of these casings stuffed up, and I'll bring you guys right back. Alright, so I've got all of my casings stuffed, and I've got most of the sausage twisted up. I'll show you guys how I did this, but first, I want to show you guys what I do with my leftover casings. So all I did was I put the casings back in the original package that's resealable, and I've got some kosher salt, and I'm going to add quite a bit. Probably, I don't know, maybe a quarter of a cup, just like that. Zip it up and mix in that salt. Toss this in the fridge, and these will be ready for the next time you make sausage. So one other thing, anytime that you make sausage, you're going to have some left over at the bottom of your canister. All I do is take that out, I put it in a baggie, and I'm going to have this for breakfast with some eggs tomorrow morning. Alright, so this is how I twist my sausages, and all I do is I've got my tray marked at 7 inches right here. So I'm going to measure out 7 inches, and I'm going to pinch right here. Now if it's the first link right here, I'm going to grab a hold of this casing right here, which is the start of our casing, and pinch right here, and twist away from me, always away from me, until the casing is nice and tight. So then I'll measure out another 7 inches, around right here. I'm not going to twist this one, but I am going to twist this last one right here. And again, the casing is loose, so pinch it and then twist away from me. So all you have to do is keep twisting until that casing is nice and tight, and that's exactly what I want right there. So at this point, the sausages are 100% ready. You can snip them and grill them. But what I like to do is I like to toss them in my fridge overnight. That's gonna dry up our casings a little bit, and then we'll grill some up tomorrow. Stay tuned. All right, and just like that, it's the very next day, and take a look at these beauties. These were in my fridge for 24 hours, and the casings really dried up. Not only that, the color of the sausages got really nice and red, and I gotta tell you, the aroma in my kitchen is insane right now. So the next step is to separate these sausages or cut the casing that's in between each of the links right here. So all I'm gonna do, this is the knot right here. I'm gonna cut this one right above the knot. And the rest of them, I'll show you this process right here. I like to cut the casing really close to the sausage, like right there, just like that. All this extra casing, I'm gonna cut that off. Really simple process. So I'm gonna take about 8 of these Indian curry sausages and I'm gonna grill them up. I'll see you guys outside. Stay tuned. All right, so I've got my Kamado grill getting really nice and hot. Now to get some smoke, I'm gonna dump some smoking pecan pellets right over my charcoal, just like that. Close the lid, wait till those pellets start to create some smoke, then we're gonna open it up and load up our sausages. Check out the amount of smoke that I'm getting now. So adding smoking pecan pellets to your charcoal grill like this is a great way to add smoke flavor to things that are gonna grill up really quick like these sausages. So you can use this method to cook chicken, sausages, burgers. You can even smoke with it. All right, let's load up our sausages. Woo! Looks like I had a blowout right there on that casing, but that's perfectly fine. So I'm gonna close the lid and flip these every 5 minutes or so. I'm looking for an internal temperature of about 145 degrees. Once that happens, I will see you guys inside. Stay tuned. All right, the Indian curry sausages are ready, and I grilled them for about 15-20 minutes. Now I do wanna make a correction on the internal temperature. I took these to 155 degrees internal. Take a look at these beauties. Again, these are grilled, not smoked like many of my sausages, but I gotta tell you, these smell absolutely amazing. So I'm gonna move these aside and let's cut into one and see what we got right here. Get a good crosshatch look at these sausages. Oh man, nice and juicy as well. Oh yeah, look at that. Plenty of juices. My mouth is watering. Let's give these a try. All right, let's give these Indian curry sausages a try. Look at that beautiful color. They're still really hot. I'm probably gonna burn my mouth, but here we go. Yeah, this sausage was still pretty hot, but I gotta tell you, the flavor is so good. That is definitely Indian curry sausage, and it's so good. So will these sausages be good on a bun? Well, let's find out. Got myself a nice bun right here. Oh yeah. I am making a mess with this mustard, but I've got some tapatio mustard. Oh yeah. Some red onions. Oh yeah, now we're talking, look at that. All right, I'm going in, big bite time. You know what, that bread, the mustard, and those red onions really amplify the flavor of this sausage. I am loving this flavor. I bet this Indian curry sausage over some jasmine rice would be absolutely savage, but this right here is money as well. I gotta tell you, if you guys wanna get into sausage making, check out PS Seasoning. They have a plethora of sausage seasonings that are already pre-mixed and ready to go. You guys saw just how easy it is to make these sausages. I hope you guys enjoyed this sausage video. If this is your first time to my channel, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. And if you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. Until next time, Joe with Smokin Joe's Pit BBQ. See ya. One more bite.